first line of your piece this week made me spit up
Yeah.
my own spit on myself. Because you said Speaker of the House John Boehner, who increasingly looks like he's made of smoky phlegm coughed up by Mad Men characters.
Yeah.
He really does. Just the drooping and the, I don't even know what color he is anymore. He's
He's the color of Betty Draper's phlegm.
Right.
he really is. He's lung cancer yellow at this point.
Right. Right.
Because that's what happened to Betty Draper.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So I was going to make a joke about John Hamm's boner, but I didn't. That's not important now. What's important is you said he has blood on his nicotine-dyed hands. Yeah, I think he probably could never, ever get that nicotine smell out of his fingertips if he, soaked them in lye for the next 10 years.
Oh, no.
No.
I mean, that's a man who's smoking till the end.
Right. But what I was saying is the larger issue is Republicans bluster like this when he was asked about the lack of federal funding for rail safety because of obviously the tragedy in Philadelphia. And he says, "Are you really going to ask such a stupid question?" And you break down, of course, why it's not a stupid question, right? It is the only question.
Right.
Right. Of course it is because Amtrak is run by the federal government. So, questions about funding and about, the speed with which safety measures are put in place are something that Boehner's actually responsible for.
By the way, note of interest here, it was taken over because a private company failed.
Yeah.
Those privatization fans in the crowd. But here's what happens is they make it unable to function, and then they can go, see, government stuff doesn't work. They cut the funding, right? As you said, where's the point that I think was... because lawmakers failed to provide the railroads access to the wireless frequencies required to make positive train control work. Amtrak was forced to negotiate for airwaves owned by private companies that are often used in mobile broadband. So that's the huge part of this, right?
Right, that is a big part, and because private railway companies had the funding, they were able to get that kind of access to frequencies so they could use these systems.
Right.
So if you're wondering, in some ways why this is always Amtrak, well, there you go.
Well, right, because they mandated that Amtrak put in the PTC, but then they didn't require the FCC to set aside any of the airwaves for this exclusive function. And then it is amazing. And then, John Boehner's able to bluster, this somehow, all of this is unconnected to what happened, right?
Right. But somehow the whittling away of Amtrak's budget, and even though they will claim that they didn't cut the budget for safety measures, it's still a very low amount compared to what they need. So this is just something that we're seeing the results of Republican policies, and we see it every bridge collapse, every train derailment. It's constantly this unending string of disasters. And
by the way, you were saying the level of Amtrak goes further, and it tells you everything you need to know about why nothing will ever be done to save the infrastructure of this country. That's very sad. And you say that the Rude Pundit drives on major highways in the Northeast that are worse than some dirt roads. Yeah. We got some roads here in L.A. It's the same thing. I mean, you just...
I was actually in Baltimore a couple weeks ago, and no, I'm sorry, it was Philadelphia. It was Philadelphia, and the cab driver was just pointing out the gigantic... I don't even know if you'd call them potholes anymore. They're just holes.
Craters, right.
In the freeway. And it's insane. I don't understand. I can't even imagine that people in other countries, in European countries, wouldn't be in an uproar about, fix the friggin' roads. The federal interstates that are supposed to represent what this nation is capable of are becoming just gravel pits.